Good evening, it's Jeff and Wilma at Budrum, and I've got this psyllium husk French bread that we made this afternoon. I'm having a taste of it now. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you how we go about making this. For this psyllium husk bread, I've made it poolish. 500 grams of strong baker's flour, 500 mils or grams of water, and a quarter teaspoon of instant dry yeast. So that's been activating for the last 12 or 14 hours since last night. Now in my dough, I'm going to add an extra 1 kilogram of flour, strong baker's flour, half a cup of psyllium husk, and half a cup of water with the psyllium husk, and 3 teaspoons of salt, so I'm using sea salt, 1 teaspoon of instant dry yeast. Now this is going to be an 85% hydration dough because the psyllium husk soaks up a lot of water. Now what you do to get the amount of water required, the extra water required, is you multiply your 1.5 total amount of flour, 1.5 times 85, which gives you 1.275 grams or mils of water. So you take the 500 grams that you've already put in the poolish away from the 1.275, which leaves 775 grams or mils of extra water. Now that's that. And put in my 3 teaspoons of salt, mixing all this up as I go. My half a cup of psyllium husk, mix that in. Give that a good mix. And I put in my extra half a cup of water. Now adding psyllium husk to your bread is a good way to include dietary fibre into your diet. All I've got to do now is add my teaspoon of instant dry yeast. So you can check out our video how to make a poolish. See that bit there? Isn't that beautiful? That's our poolish. So I've made a double poolish, or enough for some other bread that I'm going to make. So I'm looking for a kilo of this. So there's our kilo. So what you do now is add all your liquid. And what I do now is add my kilo of flour. With a nice clean hand, is just mix it all through and just mix it thoroughly, and use your hand like a mixing machine. You just mix it until it starts to come away from the side of the bucket. I just want to mention that this is a 10 litre bucket, a food grade plastic, I might add. Right, now I'm ready to pull this out onto my floured surface, and I've got my scraper here ready, and I'm going to use as little extra flour as possible. And I don't want to add too much extra flour. I'm going to use a bit of extra flour to take the dough off my fingers, off my hands. Also use a little bit of extra flour to take the dough out of the bucket. Add a little bit more flour and then just start to knead it. I'm going to knead it for about 10 minutes. So you can see it's quite a sticky dough, and that's what you want for this French bread. So I'm sort of halfway through kneading here, and as you can see, it's still very sticky. If I was making 85% hydration dough without the psyllium husk, I wouldn't be able to do this. So it's just the fact that the psyllium husk soaks up a lot of water. What I'm going to do is just spray my bucket with a bit of cooking spray and put my dough in. A little spray on top and put a towel over that. And let it sit in a warmish spot until it doubles or even trebles in size. This is doubled in size. Actually I already did a stretch and fold. So this is the second one. So what I'm going to do is just do another stretch and fold, and do what they call scale the dough. I'm going to take off 2 loaves at 700 or 750. What I'm going to do now is do what they call pre-form the loaves. Let them rest for about 15 minutes before then I'll form my first loaf. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll show you a little trick. You just put your sieve on the flour and it pushes up through it. And all you do is just flour your banneton like that. Put some sesame seeds on the table, go across 2/3 and then come across another 2/3 again, and then you bring it around and then you just pinch it around like that, and you just sort of join it together like that. What you do then is just roll in the sesame seeds. And then just sit it on there and let it proof there, and cover it with a towel. In the meantime, I'm going to turn the oven on. I'm going to let that proof for 30 minutes before I put it in the oven. Now our oven's preheated at 230 degrees centigrade. I'll just pop that in there and give it a couple of scores. And put this in the oven, and what I'm going to do is put about 1/3 of a cup of water into my tray with some stones in it to give it some steam, and then set my timer for about 6 minutes. After the first 5 to 6 minutes, just rotate it 180 degrees and give it another 6 minutes. The time to reduce the temperature down to about 160, and I'm just going to rotate them 90 degrees, or rotate it 90 degrees. Have a look. And give it another 6 minutes. Now I'll turn it around 180 and give it another 5 or 6 minutes. Time to come out. How's that looking? Oh,
it looks beautiful.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is increase the temperature back to 230, ready for the next one, and preheat the oven before I put the next one in. How's that looking?
Beautiful. Really beautiful.
So I'll turn the oven back up again. This is the results of our psyllium husk French bread. So most of this is cooled down because we made some other bread since that. Well, this is all cooled down, so this is all going to go in the freezer. I'm going to cut some up and toast it up and see how it looks when it's toasted. So this is the bread. Turned out beautiful.
Yes, it's really lovely.
Nice and soft. Well, it is fresh. I suppose you've got to admit. So I'm just going to pop. How's that looking?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Beautiful looking. I'm just going to try some of my mulberry and ginger jam. Let's have a go at this. So you're sure you don't want any?
No, thank you.
Right, so okay, let's have a taste of it. That's beautiful. Beautiful bread. Unbelievable. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll catch you later. Bye.